check. Okay. This is the one day right now that I'm up here doing this extra early. Just so I can make sure to do other stuff right after. So, I'm gonna try to keep the gaming part of this extremely short. As short as I possibly can. Cut out anything that's like long. And we're gonna start off with the Bible. With the Bible. Okay. When I read, I don't want to be listening to it in the earphones. So, let's go. So, last time we stopped on chapter 16. So today we're going to start off with chapter 16 to chapter 25 of Deuteronomy. Okay, let's go. Nobody's going to be... Time's not waiting. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God. For in the month of Abib the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Thou shalt therefore sacrifice the Passover unto the Lord thy God of the flock and the herd in the place which the Lord shall choose to place his name there. Thou shalt eat no leavened bread with it. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread, therewith even the bread of affliction, for thou comest forth out of the land of Egypt in haste. That thou mayst remember the day when thou comest forth out of the land of Egypt all the days of thy life, and there shall be no leavened bread seen with thee in all thy coast 7 days, neither shall there anything of the flesh which thou sacrificest in the first day at even remain all night until the morning. Thou mayest not sacrifice the Passover within any of thy gates, which the Lord thy God given thee, but at the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to place his name in, there thou shalt sacrifice the Passover at even, at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou comest forth out of Egypt, and thou shalt roast and eat it in the place which the Lord thy God shall choose, and thou shalt turn in the morning and go unto thy tents. 6 days thou shalt eat unleavened bread, and on the 7th day shall be a solemn assembly to the Lord thy God. Thou shalt do no work therein. 7 weeks shall thou number unto thee. Begin to number the 7 weeks from such time as thou beginnest to put a sickle on the corn. And then thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord thy God, with the tribute of a freewill offering of thine hand, which thou shalt give unto the Lord thy God, according as the Lord thy God has blessed thee. And thou shalt rejoice before the Lord thy God, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and thy Levite that is within the gates, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, that are among you in the place which the Lord thy God has chosen to place his name there. And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in Egypt, and thou shalt observe and do these statutes. Thou shalt observe the feast of tabernacles 7 days after thou hast gathered in the corn and thy wine. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son, and thy daughter, and thy manservant, and thy maidservant, and the Levite, the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, that are within thy gates. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto the Lord thy God, in the place which the Lord shall choose, because the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thine increase, and in all the works of thine hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Lord thy God, in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of the tabernacles, and they shall not appear before the Lord empty. Every man shall give us as he is able, according to the blessing of the Lord thy God, which he hath given thee. Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord thy God giveth thee throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment. Thou shalt not wrest judgment, thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift, for a gift both doth blind the eyes of the wise, and prevent the words of the righteous. That which the altogether just shalt thou follow, that thou mayest live, and inherit the land which the Lord God giveth thee. Thou shalt not plant thee a grove of any trees near unto the altar of the Lord thy God, which thou shalt make thee, neither shalt thou set thee up any image which the Lord thy God hateth. Chapter 17. Thou shalt not sacrifice unto the Lord thy God any bullock or sheep, wherein is blemish, or any evil favoredness. For this is an abomination unto the Lord thy God, if there be found among you, within any of the gates which the Lord thy God given thee, man or woman that hath wrought wickedness in the sight of the Lord thy God, is transgressing his covenant, and hath gone and served other gods, and worshipped them, either the sun or moon, or any of the hosts of heaven which I have not commanded, and it be told thee, and thou hast heard of it, and inquired diligently, and behold, it be true, and the thing certain that such abominations wrought in Israel. Then shalt thou bring forth that man or that woman which have committed that wicked thing unto thy gates, even the man or the woman, and shalt stone them with stones till they die. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or 3 witnesses shall he that is worthy of death be put to death, but at the mouth of the 1 witness he shall not be put to death. The hands of the witness shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterward the hands of all the people. So thou shalt put the evil away from among you. If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment between blood and blood, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gates, then shalt thou arise and get thee up into a place which the Lord thy God shall choose, and thou shalt come unto the priests of the Levites, and unto the judges thou shalt be in these days, and inquire, and they shall shew thee the sentence of judgment. And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place which the Lord shall choose shall shew thee, and thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee, according to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee. Thou shalt do, thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee, to the right hand nor to the left. And the man that will do presumptuously, and will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy God, or unto the judge, even the man shall die. And thou shalt put away the evil from Israel, and all the people shall hear and fear, and do no more presumptuously. When thou art come unto the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. one from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother, and he shall not multiply horses to himself, nor cause the people to return to Egypt, to the end that he should multiply horses. For as much as the Lord hath said unto you, ye shall henceforth return to no more than that way. Neither shall he multiply wives to himself, that his heart turn not away. Neither shall he greatly multiply to himself silver and gold. And it shall be within this, when he sitteth upon the throne of his kingdom, that ye shall write him a copy of this law in a book out of that which is before the priests of Levites. And it shall be with him, and he shall read therein all the days of his life, that he may learn to fear the Lord his God, to keep all the words of this law and these statutes, to do them. That his heart be not lifted up above his brethren, and that he turn not aside from the commandment to the right hand or to the left, to the end of his, that he may prolong his days in the kingdom, he and his children in the midst of Israel. Chapter 18. The priests, the Levites, and the tribe of Levi shall have no part, no inheritance with Israel. They shall eat the offering of the Lord made by fire, and his inheritance therefore shall they have no inheritance among their brethren. The Lord is their inheritance, as he hath said unto them. And this shall be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it be ox or sheep, and they shall give the priest the shoulder of the 2 cheeks, and the maw, the first fruit, also thy corn of thy wine, and of thine oil, of the first of the fleece of thy sheep shalt thou give him, for the Lord thy God hath chosen him out of the tribes, to stand to minister in the name of the Lord, him and his sons forever. And if a Levite came from any of thy gates out of all Israel, where he sojourned, and come with all the desire of his mind unto the place which the Lord had chose, then he shall minister in the name of the Lord his God, as all his brethren the Levites do, which stand there before the Lord. They shall have like portions to eat, besides that which cometh out of the sale of his patrimony. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abomination of those nations. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of time, or an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God. For these nations which thou shalt possess hearkened unto observers of time, and unto diviners, but as for thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee so to do. The Lord thy God will rise up unto thee a prophet from midst of thy brethren, like unto me. Unto him ye shall hearken, according to all that thou desiredest of the Lord thy God in Horeb in the day of the assembly, saying, Let me not hear the voice of the Lord my God, neither let me see this great fire any more, that I die not. And the Lord said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him. But the prophet which shall be presumed to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. And if thou say in thine heart, How shall we know the word which the Lord hath spoken? When the prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord hath not spoken. But the prophet hath spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. Chapter 19. When the Lord thy God hath cut off the nations which the land the Lord thy God giveth thee. And thou seest them and dweltest in their cities and in their houses, thou shalt separate three cities for thee in the midst of thy land, which the Lord God giveth thee to possess it. Thou shalt prepare thee a way, and divide the coast of thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee in inheritance, into three parts, that every slayer may flee thither. And this is the case of the slayer which shall flee thither, that he may live, whoso killeth his neighbor ignorantly, whom he hated not in the time past, as when a man goeth into the woods with his neighbor to hew wood, and his hand fetcheth a stroke with an axe to cut down the tree, and the head slippeth from the helve, and the lighteth upon his neighbor that he die, he shall flee unto one of these cities and live, lest the avenger of the blood pursue the slayer, which his heart is hot, and overtake him, because the way is long, and slay him, whereas he was not worthy of death, inasmuch as he hated him not in the time past. Wherefore I command thee, saying, Thou shalt separate three cities for thee. And if the Lord thy God enlarge thy coast, and he hath sworn unto thy fathers, and give thee all the land which he promised to give unto thy fathers, and if thou shalt keep all these commandments, do them, which I commanded thee this day, to love the Lord thy God, and to walk ever in his ways, then shalt thou add three cities more for thee besides these three, that innocent blood do not shed in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance, and so blood be upon thee. But if any man hate neighbor, and lie in wait for him, and rise up against him, and smite him mortally, that he die, and fleeth into one of these cities, then the elders of the city shall send and fetch him thence, and deliver him in the hand of the avenger of blood, that he may die. Thine eyes shall not pity him, but thou shalt put away the guilt of innocent blood from Israel, that it may go well with thee. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark which they of old time have set in thine inheritance, which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it. One witness shall not rise up against a man for any iniquity, or for any sin, in any sin that he sinneth. At the mouth of two witnesses, or at the mouth of three witnesses, shall the matter be established. If a false witness rise up against any man to satisfy him against him that which is wrong, then both the men between whom the controversy is shall stand before the Lord, before the priests and the judges, which shall be in these days. And the judges shall make diligent inquisition, and behold, if the witness be false witness, and hath testified falsely against his brother, then shall ye do unto him as he had thought to have done unto his brother. So shalt thou put the evil away from among you. And those which remain shall hear and fear, and shall henceforth commit no more any such evil among you. And thine eyes shall not pity, but life shall go for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. Chapter 20. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid for them, for the Lord thy God is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. And it shall be when ye are come nigh unto the battle, that the priests shall approach and speak unto the people, and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel, ye approach this day unto the battle against your enemies. Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither be ye terrified because of them. For the Lord your God is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officer shall speak unto the people, saying, What man is there that hath built a new house, and hath not dedicated it, let him go and return to his house. Let his die in the battle, and another man dedicated it. And what man is he that hath planted a vineyard, and hath not yet eaten of it? Let him also go and return unto his house. Lest he die in the battle, and another man eat of it. And when the man is there that hath betrothed the wife, and hath not taken her, let him go and return into his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officer shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, What man is there that is fearful and faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. And it shall be, when the officers have made an end of speaking unto the people, they shall make captains of the armies to lead the people. When thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, that proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if it make thee answer of peace, and unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee. And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. When the Lord thy God hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof, and with the edge of the sword. But the man and the little ones, and the cattle, and all that is in the city, even all the spoils therefore, shalt thou take unto thyself. And thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy God hath given thee. Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations, but the cities of these people which the Lord thy God doth give thee for an inheritance. Thou shalt save alive nothing that breatheth, but thou shalt utterly destroy them, namely the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and the Lord thy God hath commanded thee, that they teach you not to do after all their abominations, which they have done unto their gods. So should ye sin against the Lord your God, when thou shalt besiege a city long time, making war against it to take it. Thou shalt not destroy the trees, therefore, by forcing an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down. For the tree of the field is man's life, to employ them in the siege. Only the trees which thou knowest that they be not trees for meat, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city, and maketh war with thee until it be subdued. Okay. It's the first 5 chapters. I'm gonna drink real quick. Throat is drying up. Okay. 5 more chapters. If one be found slain in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee to possess it, laying in the field, and be not known who hath slain him, then thy elders and thy judges shall come forth, and they shall measure unto the cities which are round about him that is slain. And it shall be that the city which is next unto the slain man, even the elders of that city shall take a heifer which has not been wrought with, and with which that hath not drawn in the yoke, and the elders of that city shall bring down the heifer unto a rough valley, which is neither eared nor sown, and shall strike off the heifer's neck here in the valley. And the priests, the sons of Levi, shall come near, for them the Lord thy God hath chosen to minister unto him, and to bless in the name of the Lord, and by their word shall every controversy and every stroke be tried. And all the elders of the city that are next to the slain man should wash their hands over the heifer that is beheaded in the valley. And they shall answer and say, Our hands have not shed this blood, neither have ye eyes seen it. Be merciful, O Lord, unto thy people Israel, whom thou hast redeemed, and lay not innocent blood unto thy people of Israel charge, and the blood shall be forgiven them. So shalt thou put away the guilt of innocent blood from among you, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of the Lord, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies. And the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from her off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou hast not delivered delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will. But thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. If a man have two wives, one beloved and one another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated before the firstborn, by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. For he is the beginning of the strength, the right of the firstborn is his. If a man have a stubborn and rebellious son, which will not obey the voice of his father or the voice of his mother, that when they have chastened him, will not hearken unto them, then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him, bring him out unto the elders of his city, and unto the gate of his place. And they shall say unto the elders of the city, This is our son is stubborn and rebellious. He will not obey our voice. He is a glutton and a drunkard. And all the men of his city shall stone him with stones, that he die. So shalt thou put evil away from among you, and all Israel shall hear and fear. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, and he be to be put to death, and thou hang him on a tree, his body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he if I can turn this page. For he that is hanged is accused of accursed of God, that thy land be not defiled, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance. Chapter 22. I don't know why the server disconnected. Hold on. Sorry for the interruption. Try that again. Chapter 22. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ox or his sheep go astray, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt in any case bring them again unto thy brother. And if thy brother be not nigh unto thee, or if thou know him not, then thou shalt bring it unto thine own house, and it shall be with thee until thy brother seek of it after it, and thou shalt restore it to him again. In like manner shalt thou do with his ass, and so shalt thou do with his raiment, and with all his lost things of thy brothers, which he hath lost, and thou hast found, shalt thou do likewise. Thou mayest not hide thyself. Thou shalt not see thy brother's ass or his ox fall down by the way, and hide thyself from them. Thou shalt surely help him to lift them up again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. I'll turn the sound down for a bit. For all that to do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in the tree, or in the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and a dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young, but thou shalt in any wise let the dam go, and let the young to thee, that it may be well with thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days. When thou buildest a new house, then thou shalt make a battlement for thy roof, and that thou bring not blood upon thine house. If any man fall from thence, thou shalt not sow any the vineyard with divers seeds, lest the fruit of thy seed which thou hast sown and the fruit of thy vineyard be defiled. Thou shalt not plough with an ox and an ass together. Thou shalt not wear a garment of divers sorts, as of woolen and linen together. Thou shalt make thee fringes upon the four quarters of thy vesture, wherewith thou covert thyself. If any man take a wife, and go in unto her, and hate her, and give accusations of speech against her, and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid, then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity into the elders of the city of the gate. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I give my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he hath given accusation of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity, and they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city, and the elders of the city shall take that man and chastise him, and they shall amorous him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought upon an evil name upon the Virgin of Israel. And she shall be his wife, and he may not put her away all his days. But if this thing be true, and the token of virginity be not found for the damsel, then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones, that he shall die, that she die, because she hath wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you. If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, then they shall be both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman, and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto the husband, and the man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of the city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die, the damsel because she cried not being in the city, and the man because he hath humbled his neighbour's wife. So thou shalt put away evil from among you. But if a man findeth betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death, for as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the field, and the brother betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her, and lie with her, and they be found, then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her. He may not put her away all his days. A man shall not take his father's wife, nor discover his father's skirt. He that is wounded in the stones, chapter 23. He that is wounded in the stones, or hath his privy member cut off, shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever. Because they met you not with bread and with water in the way, when ye came from forth out of Egypt. Service should be good. And came forth out of Egypt, and because they hired against the Balaam the son of Beor of Pethor of Mesopotamia to curse thee. Nevertheless the Lord thy God would not hearken unto Balaam, but the Lord thy God turned the curse into a blessing unto thee, because the Lord thy God loved thee. Thou shalt not seek their peace nor their prosperity all thy days forever. Thou shalt not abhor the Edomite, for he is thy brother. Thou shalt not abhor an Egyptian, because thou wast a stranger in his land. The children that are begotten of them shall enter into the congregation of the Lord in their 3rd generation. When the host goeth forth against thine enemies, then keep thee from every wicked thing. If there be among you any man that is not clean by reason of uncleanliness, that chanceth him by night, then shall he go abroad out of the camp. He shall not come with the camp, but it shall be with the evening cometh on, he shall wash himself with water. When the sun is down, he shall come into the camp again. Thou shalt have a place also without the camp, whither thou shalt go forth abroad, and thou shalt have a paddle upon thy weapon. And it shall be when thou wilt ease thyself abroad, thou shalt dig therewith, and shalt turn back the cover, that which cometh from thee. For the Lord thy God walketh in the midst of thy camp, to deliver thee and to give upon thine enemies before thee. Therefore shall thy camp be holy, that he see no unclean thing. No unclean thing in thee, and turn away from thee. Thou shalt not deliver unto his master the servant which is escaped from his master unto thee. He shall dwell with thee even among you, in that place which he shall choose, in one of the gates, where it liketh him best. Thou shalt not oppress him. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Thou shalt not bring the hire of a whore, or the price of a dog into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow, for even both these are abominations unto the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thine hand in the land whither thou goest to possess it. When thou shalt vow a vow unto the Lord thy God, thou shalt not slack to pay it, for the Lord thy God will surely require it of thee. and it would be sin in thee. But if thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of the lips of lips thou shalt keep, and perform even a free will offering according as thou hast vowed. Lost my place again. But thou shalt forbear to vow, it shall be no sin in thee. That which is gone out of thy lips thou shalt keep and perform even a free will offering according as thou hast vowed unto the Lord thy God, which thou hast promised with thy mouth. When thou comest into thy neighbour's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes thy fill at thine own pleasure, but thou shalt not put any of thy vessel in thy vessel. When thou comest into the standing corn of thy neighbour, then thou mayest pluck the ears which thine hand, but thou shalt not move a sickle unto thy neighbour's standing corn. When a man hath taken, chapter 24, when a man hath taken a wife and married her, and it came to pass that she found no favour in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanliness in her, then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she's departed out of the house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and giveth it in her hand, and sendeth her out of the house, or if the later husband which took her to be his wife, her former husband which sent her away may not take her again to be his wife, to be his wife. After that she is defiled, for that is an abomination before the Lord, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy God giveth thee for the inheritance. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business, but he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he hath taken. No man shall take neither or the upper millstone to pledge, for he taketh a man's life to pledge. If a man be found stealing any of his brethren, of the children of Israel, and maketh merchandise of him, or selleth him, then that thief shall die, and thou shalt put evil away from among you. Take heed in the plague of leprosy, that thou observe diligently, and do according to all that the priest, the Levites, shall teach you. As I commanded them, so ye shall observe to do. Remember what the Lord thy God did unto Miriam by the way after ye were come forth out of Egypt. When thou doest lend thy brother anything, thou shalt not go into his house to fetch his pledge. Thou shalt stand abroad, and the man to whom thou dost lend shall bring out the pledge abroad unto thee. And if the man be poor, thou shalt not sleep with his pledge. In any case thou shalt deliver him the pledge again when the sun goeth down, that he may sleep in his own. Raiment, and bless thee, and it shall be righteousness unto thee before the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not oppress a hired servant that is poor and needy, whether he be in thy brethren, or of thy stranger that are in thy land within thy gates. At this day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee. For the father shall not be put to death, for the children, neither shall the children be put to death, for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. Thou shalt not prevent the judgment of the stranger, nor the fatherless, nor take a widow's raiment to pledge. But thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee thence. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. When thou cuttest down thine harvest in thy field, and hast forgotten a sheaf in the field, thou shalt not go again to fetch it. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hands. When thou beatest thine olive tree, thou shalt not go over the boughs again. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow. When thou gatherest the grapes of the vineyard, thou shalt not glean it afterward. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow, and thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt. Therefore I command thee to do this thing. If there be a controversy between, wait, chapter 25. If there be a controversy between men, and they come unto judgment, that the judges may judge them, then thou shalt justify the righteous, and condemn the wicked. And it shall be, if the wicked man be worthy to be beaten, then the judge shall cause him to lie down, and to be beaten before his face, according to his fault, by a certain number. 40 stripes he may give him, and not exceed, lest if he should exceed and beat him above these with many stripes, then thy brother should seem vile unto thee. Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn. If brethren dwell together, and one of them die, and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go on in unto her, and take her to him to wife, and perform the duty of the husband's brother unto her. And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel. And if the man like not to take his brother's wife, then let his brother's wife go up to thine gate unto the elders, and say, My husband's brother refuseth to rise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother. Then the elders of the city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it, and say, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders, and loose his shoe from off his foot, and spit in his face, and shall answer and say, So shall it be done unto that man that will not build up his brother's house. And his name shall be called in Israel, the house of him that has shoe loosed. When men strive together one with another, and the wife of the one draweth near for to deliver her husband out of the hand of him that smitteth him, and putteth forth her hand, and taketh him by secrets, thou shalt cut off her hand, thine eye shall not pity her. Thou shalt not have in thy bag divers weights, great and small. Thou shalt not have in thine house divers measures, a great and a small. For thou shalt have a perfect and just weight, a perfect and just measure shalt thou have, that thy days may be lengthened in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. For all that do such things, and all that do unrighteously, are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. Remember that Amalek did unto thee by the way, when ye were come forth out of Egypt, and how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not God. Therefore it shall be, therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. That's it. I'm having a whole bunch of issues with with Final Fantasy. Come on. Why does it have to be issues right now? Please turn on. I just need a little bit to do in there. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Come on, please. Work. Hopefully this works. Come on. What's going on? I'm pressing login. There we go. I'm trying to get to where I'm trying to go extra early. Technically, until 6 o'clock, I got 30 minutes. But with this extra long wait time. There we go. Something is loading up. Let's hope it works. I just need a few minutes in this game. Don't need like... It's not like I need like an hour. Okay. A lot of things are extra slow, but I'm most likely not doing many missions or anything like that. So let's do... come on. And nothing is loading. There we go. 7 hours. Why is it 7 hours? I guess. Okay. Adventures. Hopefully they've finished resetting. Which in fact, let's also check the treasure. I'm not gonna do the treasure, I'm just gonna pick it up. Nope, it's got... Is that an hour remaining? And the ventures have an hour remaining. Squad, Cactipod, and House. Squad is not ready. House. Oh wait, ventures are complete. Please work. They're not complete. What? What are you doing? I guess you just glitched. Okay, let's water the plants. This is just horrible. The internet is not working. At the very least, it is working because I'm streaming. Final Fantasy is not working. Okay. Cactipot is not going to be ready. House, treasure, ventures, squad, island. I guess the other thing is island. looking good. Okay, let's teleport back to the free company house. I guess I'll just leave it off there because everything's still got like an hour to wait. Oh, I just realized I didn't change the game. Okay, I'm quitting this game right now. And let's go straight to Genshin Impact dailies. Come on. Hmm. You see me pressing it, right? Is this just an issue with my computer? Okay, now worked. Come on, Genshin. I just gotta do the commissions and possibly collect some ore. Should not need to do anything beyond that. Come on. It takes so long. Why does it take so long? Feels like even my phone is faster than this. Yeah, no, this is all complete. Or complete enough for me to not want to keep going. Climb. Let's go commissions. Fish NATO.
私のお家にいらっしゃい。手をつなぎましょう。難攻不落。はっ。逃げ道はありません。そこ。ひゅっ。はっ。ひゅっ。しゅっ。はっ。せっ。裁きの雷。はっ。全部丸見えね。天道ここにあり。見切りました。無我の境地。はっ。網を引きに行きましょう。
One more. Tomorrow, I'll be dissecting all these games early in the morning. For a while. Since I'll have a bit more time tomorrow. Since it's Friday. I kind of just want to get to a point where I feel like, which honestly, yeah, it's a bit of a, I wouldn't say unattainable thing. Could also throw down a quick condensed resin. Wait, wasn't condensed resin 40? Yeah. Hence I'm gonna have extra resin. Although I don't actually need to do that. I just need to keep my resin in check. I don't need that daily mission anymore because my battle pass is already finished. Okay. Like the main thing I need to do for dailies is well, first off, potentially resetting the ore collection, but also spinning resin so it's not going to waste, and claiming these primogems from the commissions. There we go. Not finished. Okay. That's it for this game. Like, the only thing that's not done is the resin, which I think is fine. I do need to do a few of these things, but I'll dissect these things tomorrow. So now let's go to Honkai Star Rail. There we go. And now here, just do the daily stuff, daily mission, daily training, all those daily things. Okay, Pom-Pom's quest is already complete. When is Honkai Star Rail gonna get housing? I will have to make sure to double check the Trailblazer power midday today. Or end of the day today. Okay. Aside from that, synthesize consumable one time. Destructible objects. Okay. So this is all done. No need to struggle anymore. So I got 136 resin for the battle pass. I do need to dispatch assignments. I also need to do stagnant shadows and calyxes. I could do 3 stagnant shadows. Now let's do this one. Okay. We need 3 of these.
退陣するときは慎重に。公的種に出会ったか。陛下に慈悲なし。
蝶と共に散れ、スターレイファントム。亡者再臨。ガツンとくるやつでいこう。
Second one. I might go and set up my coffee right now.
タッチ、キル。陛下に慈悲なし。泣いてよ、ここへ。
蝶と共に散れ、スターレイファントム。ガツンとくるやつでいこう。
陛下に慈悲なし。タッチ、キル。
天使を授けん。亡者再臨。
泣いてよ、ここへ。
Okay. One more.
陛下に慈悲なし。
蝶と共に散れ、スターレイファントム。ガツンとくるやつでいこう。
泣いてよ、ここへ。タッチ、キル。
厄介を避けん。亡者再臨。
Was that the last one? Yes.
陛下に慈悲なし。
2倍速ってこんなもん。
泣いてよ、ここへ。
ひとときの余興に過ぎない。
Let me do these guys. Because I need them for the battle pass as well. And I believe that should be it once I finish this.
私に続け。陛下に慈悲なし。
いや次蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。いや蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
泣いてよここへ。タッチキル。
いや次
Okay,
蝶と
there
共
we
に
go.
散れスターレイ
For
フ
this
ァ
to
ントム。
fully finish filling out, it takes literally 24 hours. So,
いや蝶と共に散
it
れ
should only fully
スターレ
be
イ
set
ファントム。
by like 6 o'clock tomorrow. Ten more. I guess we're dropping one of these.
陛下に慈悲なし。
Daily missions, daily training, pom bomb, passengers, texts, assignments, TVP. We're good.
蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。いや蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。いや次蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。いや蝶と共に散れスターレイファントム。
泣いてよここへ。
Just gotta take care of the.
亡者再臨。
Don't want to do that. It's all good. This is all good. Just gotta get 6 more calyxes. And then the swarm disaster. Oh, it's complete. Forgot. Just a few more flowers. Nope, there's no better abundance one. Unless this is better for him. But I read that it's not. Okay. It's all good. Okay, I think everything is good. Everything is dissected. Or at least all the basic daily stuff is done. So I'm going to go. I will be back tomorrow morning. Actually, no. I might be back tonight. Since I'm expecting to get back to my house down south and potentially, hopefully, play some Baldur's Gate tonight. So expect a potential Baldur's Gate tonight. Maybe not too long, but I want to play some Baldur's Gate to try and make sure that I'm upkeeping my pace with it. And then tomorrow will be early in the morning, dissect the rest of this, get through all these games, see how much I can do in Final Fantasy, sit around grind on it for a bit, Genshin Impact, get those side quests dissected and possibly even dissect the map. This game, dissect Swarm Disaster. What else do I have? What else do I have for the upcoming schedule? So then Friday, also then in the evening on Friday, I'll be playing Baldur's Gate again. And same thing for Saturday, more Baldur's Gate. Sunday, no evening stream. Then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be these 3 games. Honkai Star Rail on Monday, Tuesday Final Fantasy, Wednesday Genshin Impact as the evening streams. And then Thursday, no evening stream on Thursday. Friday, at a certain point, I feel like I want to hold off on doing evening streams. Just sort of stop doing evening streams for a while. Just do morning streams. Just to get my life in order, I guess you could say. For a bit. Not exactly in order. It's not like my life is in disarray. More like, take some time to dissect everything, all my videos and stuff. Possibly take some time to record those videos I never finished recording. Just these odd end things, since most of my time has been taken up by the stream rather than editing the videos. So that'll be once I finish Baldur's Gate. But potentially see you tonight, unless I feel way too tired. But I'm expecting to play tonight. Bye. Wait, let me set a time. 6, 7, I guess 8. After 8, like 8 or 9. Bye. Eastern time.